The Wrestling Classic. Tonight, a 16-man elimination tournament presents WrestleVision.
Wait, what? I thought I was watching the Wrestling Classic. Not gonna lie, the event caught me off guard and I had to check twice to make sure I was watching the correct event I selected.
The World Heavyweight title bout, Roddy Piper.
WWF announces that Hulk Hogan vs. Roddy Piper for the World Heavyweight Championship is going to take place in the main event tonight, which doesn't end up happening, of course, as the main event of tonight's show is the finale of the Wrestling Classic tournament. Also, Roddy Piper. Tiny screen, Vince McMahon.
The winner of the Rolls-Royce Silver Cloud.
The entire existence of the Rolls-Royce car winning contest, which doesn't do much if anything for the show, and even the fans in attendance could care less about it. About 3 minutes of reading the tournament bracket for the Wrestling Classic, which, shockingly enough, feels like the exact amount of time the actual matches take place.
Cowboy Bob Orton in the...
Susan had to bend down to one knee in order to get the pointer onto the respective match Vince McMahon is narrating. Then it's revealed that she could have simply placed her hand a little further away from the end of the stick, as it was more than a halfway point.
It ain't no good. Get out of here right now.
Macho Man Randy Savage is a dick to Miss Elizabeth, telling her to get out of here after she did what you instructed her to do. Likely not happy with the name she pulled out, but still. Whoever the hell that asshole is pointed behind Vince and Lord Alfred Hayes, is he practicing for the WrestleMania sign pointing set to come in the future?
That's the only,
And if somebody should...
Man, Mean Gene Okerlund is an asshole. Jack Tunney is explaining the rules of how this tournament will play out, and Gene just constantly interrupts him every chance he gets. I bet the fans in attendance were wondering when the hell the event would begin, since Adrian Adonis was in the ring with Jimmy Hart and they were pacing back and forth. The bell rung for this match to begin, and Jimmy Hart puts himself back in the ring because Adrian Adonis wasn't ready yet. Boy, this is awkward. Just so you guys know, this match is a 10-minute time limit, so we don't exactly have all day to dramatically pull off Adrian's jacket.
And I think, Jess, in my opinion...
Corporal Kirshner seems to have knocked out Adrian Adonis within seconds of putting in that headlock, given Adrian isn't even moving anymore. Referee should probably check to see if he's out. Damn, we got one security guard watching over the entire ringside area. Imagine if the entire front row decided to get up and haul ass into the ring. That dude would be trampled.
Suplex, maybe a lot of weight to get up. Oh!
I must say, that was actually a badass counter to a suplex, and one that would definitely be effective even in today's wrestling.
He got him! Holy mackerel!
Given how short all these 15 matches are, this may shockingly be a short sins video in comparison to other pay-per-view sins.
Is victorious in the opening match, right?
Did the replay suddenly turn into a freeze frame or super slow motion since it moved briefly?
I know wrestling and I wrote the book.
I'm sorry, but you can understand why I have a hard time believing Adrian Adonis is the guy who wrote the book of wrestling and created what we know today, even though wrestling has existed long before this guy did.
Mr. Volkov requests.
Wow, Nikolai Volkov didn't even have time to tell Howard Finkel that he wanted to sing the Soviet national anthem before Howard started to announce it. Mind-reading powers. Also, Howard announcing Nikolai preparing to sing the Soviet national anthem lasts longer than the actual match itself. This referee is an asshole, ringing the bell before Nikolai finishes up. Please don't tell me this is a case of America being a dick to other countries. Nikolai Volkov's shoulder was off the canvas throughout the entire pinfall, and the referee ignored it, declaring Dynamite Kid the winner in a 10-second match. But then again, he rang the bell before Nikolai could even be ready, so I'm not surprised. Also, I think Dynamite Kid misheard what Howard Finkel said. This match has a 10-minute time limit, not a 10-second time limit.
Everything that certainly it was promised.
I'm hearing so many things going on. Mean Gene Okerlund interviewing Macho Man Randy Savage, and Howard Finkel talking about something in the background.
His own as well as Jesse the Body Ventura.
And something tells me that Jesse Ventura is going to be on a kiss-ass streak for Randy Savage all night long. Get ready, folks.
Jess, it's Paduski, right?
I'm honestly surprised the referee didn't immediately ring the bell before Randy Savage could remove his coat. And why is he constantly telling Ivan Putski to stay back when that's exactly what Ivan's doing?
Probably one of
Ivan Putski is a veteran, thus he shouldn't underestimate his opponents, especially if it's Randy Savage, given free shots for a top rope attack in the literal first few seconds of this match.
he's not gonna...
Spitting in your opponent's face. This match is only 3 minutes long, and over 1/3 of it is Randy pacing the outside of the ring, annoying Ivan and myself.
There's no turnbuckle pad there, it's just steel.
Don't even try, Gorilla. That looks too heavily padded to be steel. It may not be turnbuckle cover-ends, but it's definitely not steel.
God, Macho Man's got his feet up on the second. He got it.
Wait a minute, if Ivan Putski knew that Randy Savage had his feet on the ropes during the pinfall, then aside from pointing at it, why didn't he yell at the referee about it? And if he was able to point at the cheating tactic, then he was clearly able to kick out the pinfall. I just might have to add in 3 sins.
I was up.
Nikolai Volkov would be great at Cinemasons 2 expansion. From what we saw in that match, yes, he was robbed.
Maybe you're saying that Russian national anthem just one time too many.
The United States of America.
personified.
Camera angle is a little too far away. Might want to try one of the cameras that are actually close to the action in the ring. With a match involving Davey Boy Smith and Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, are we sure a 10-minute time limit is a good idea here? Seems a little low.
As Steamer's shoulders were down.
Steamer? I know that his last name is Steamboat, but the cute nicknames don't really work well in this case.
Look out! Oh, Davey Boy!
It's a sad thing that this match was actually pretty good, and then Davey Boy Smith accidentally injured his groin, causing Ricky Steamboat to win via forfeit. Wrestling can be unpredictable, even if it's a sad thing.
A tag team champion.
Will you stop interrupting the wrestlers, Gene? I'm just saying Junkyard Dog didn't need to list every single accomplishment of the Iron Sheik in his promo. Pre-match assault, and damn, no reaction whatsoever to the Iron Sheik attacking the Junkyard Dog from behind. Not even from the commentators. Guess they just don't care.
The greatest one in the history of professional wrestling.
If I have to hear the commentators remind us about how the Wrestling Classic is the most prestigious tournament in the sport, then I might consider calling it a day. I like to escape to the 1980s so I don't constantly hear reminders.
Sheik, bow.
Begging for mercy on the part of the Iron Sheik, not the Junkyard Dog. JYD is clearly mocking him for begging for mercy. About 1 minute of the Iron Sheik walking around ringside, which is a strangely common thing we see throughout this tournament.
I can't believe he's making a move to get out of this.
What, did you expect Junkyard Dog to just let the effects of the camel clutch get to him on purpose, instead of finding a way to get out so he can win the match?
Referee, oh, you're going.
The Iron Sheik shoves the referee away several times in this match and gets disqualified 0% of the time. Wow.
I want to take that 50,000.
Terry Funk spitting his chewing tobacco in Mean Gene Okerlund's face, likely payback for the times Gene kept interrupting wrestlers during interviews, or maybe to make sure that Terry himself doesn't get interrupted.
World champion Roddy Piper.
Terry Funk just jinxed Roddy Piper's momentum by declaring him to be the next WWF champion. Guess we know who to blame if Roddy loses tonight.
Dog you anybody.
Fucking disgusting! By saying he doesn't want to wrestle Moondog Spot, Terry Funk unintentionally forfeited the match of the tournament, and yet somehow he didn't. Also, Terry Funk declaring he doesn't want to wrestle was the cue to show the view of the entire arena instead of what's going on in the ring.
And settle for a draw.
Settle for a draw? What dumbass would even think about falling for that? In what's been heavily hyped as the most prestigious tournament in wrestling, why would you settle for a draw and a double loss?
Going on, and now Spotty shot into the ring.
Well, at least something good came out of this 30-second match. Karma's a bitch, Terry.
Oh, look out now.
And, of course, we got a post-match assault. Checked off, and time to move on to the next match, please.
Let's go back to ringside.
Please make sure these guys don't also spit on the camera like Terry Funk did earlier. Still disgusted by that.
It's Tito Santana, main event.
Main event? We're in the last quarter of the first round of this tournament and just about 45 minutes into this 2.5-hour show, but this is somehow the main event? I am so confused here.
This is the most prestigious tournament.
Fuck it. Just so I don't have to constantly hear how prestigious the tournament is, let's add 10 cents. That should hopefully cover my constant headaches.
Intercontinental title not on the line, nor is any other title.
Gorilla Monsoon has completely forgotten that the WWF Heavyweight Championship is scheduled to be defended tonight in the main event. Then again, he just called this match the main event, so that's probably why he forgot.
Morocco referee. I don't know how he could see the other shoulder.
Well, as long as the Magnificent Morocco kicked out of Tito Santana's pinfall attempt, then that's what matters the most.
Whoa, Tito went over the top.
That was the Magnificent Morocco who went sailing on the top rope like that, not Tito Santana. Tito's the one who tossed Morocco onto the ropes.
Oh, clothesline.
Clothesline!
Morocco got him.
Even though he allows the match to continue, this referee is still a dumbass for realizing that Tito's foot was on the bottom rope, but looked back down at the shoulders to complete the count anyway. Here are 3 more sins.
Humanoids talking about weasel this weasel.
Who the hell is that yelling in the background? Shut up, I'm trying to listen to Bobby the Brain Heenan here.
Comic drop.
Sorry, but that was not a convincing collision into the ring post by Cowboy Bob Orton, unless his intention was to continuously hurt himself. That would also get sinned, so it's a win-win for me. What the hell was that?
Left arm.
Paul Orndorff wasted valuable time debating about whether or not he should continue his onslaught on Bob Orton's cast. Wouldn't do that if I were you. There's gotta be at least one wrestler who begs for mercy in nearly every match on this tournament. Here we go. I'll still send Paul Orndorff for being disgusting by pulling down Bob Orton's trunks, but I also thank WWF for censoring Bob's ass so that I don't have to. These assholes. Next to at least one wrestler begging for mercy per match, there's at least one wrestler who retreats and walks around the ring per match.
Look out, whoa! Right up!
Bob Orton knew the referee was watching, but still whacked Paul Orndorff with his cast. I'm sorry, but this disqualification looked kinda intentional if you ask me. Lord Alfred Hayes being a complete pervert with Susan. Dude, pay attention to the tournament bracket. We're on the air.
These matches are now a 15-minute time limit.
Yes, Jesse, we heard Howard Finkel say that himself. In detail, too, might I add. So we don't need any further reminders. Thank you.
I gotta talk to the Macho Man.
This quarterfinal match between the Dynamite Kid and Adrian Adonis is completely overshadowed by Jesse Ventura needing to go backstage to talk to Randy Savage, which obviously translates to gotta help him cheat to win.
Dynamite coming down, but Adrian...
What the hell happened here? So, Adrian Adonis sat up to avoid Dynamite Kid's splash. Dynamite Kid missed Adrian completely and crash-landed on the canvas. Yet somehow, Adrian was hit in the head by the splash? What?
Now, Adrian goes in hard.
Oh my lord, that was one of the worst landings from a clothesline I have ever seen. Going completely the other way.
The sunset flip, 2 count only.
Wrestler gets accidentally thrown into their own manager, which causes their inevitable defeat cliche. Although it looked intentional, judging by the slow way Adrian approached Jimmy Hart.
You got the Macho Man, and you got Jesse the Body.
Since Jesse Ventura blatantly announced his involvement with Randy Savage's matches, he's gonna sound like a complete moron if he tries to deny any sort of involvement later on in the night.
Pointing the finger right in the kisser. Oh, look!
I'm sorry, but I gotta remove a sin for this scene. Randy Savage points a threatening finger at Ricky Steamboat, who whacks it out of his face. Suddenly, Randy runs behind Miss Elizabeth like a kid who hides behind his mother. Although I'm adding innocent because using Miss Elizabeth as a human shield shows how much of an asshole Randy Savage is to his own manager.
Oh, look at that head!
Here's another send-off for the impressive way Ricky Steamboat threw Randy Savage over the top rope. Usage of only his feet. That takes amazing strength.
Atomic drop coming up on the concrete!
Sure, let's use all the time in the world to do the atomic drop on the concrete. It's not like there's a count-out currently in progress or anything.
Turnbuckle! Get up, Randy, get up!
Jesse Ventura said that he would be an unbiased commentator throughout the remainder of this broadcast, yet one of the first things he says upon returning to the desk is, "Come on, Randy, get up," immediately being a biased commentator. I know, it's his thing, but hypocrisy always gets sinned.
He got him! He got
Victory by means of using brass knuckles behind the referee's back is always a sin. The body would definitely disagree with me, but I am the god. There's a difference in power. Moondog's spot with his bone always freaked me out, not gonna lie. It's an interesting gimmick, but something about it makes me feel uncomfortable.
I am sorry, I'm going to have to refrain.
Mean Gene Okerlund's poor attempt at getting Moondog's spot to start talking in the interview. Either that or Moondog doesn't want to be interrupted, so he just doesn't say anything at all. He just might be smarter than I gave him credit for.
nobody to count. The dog counted him out.
I am throwing in 30 sins because this was somehow legal. Hell, there never was a referee around to ring the bell to start the match between Junkyard Dog and Moondog Spot, much less a referee to count the pinfall. Yet somehow, JYD can win matches by doing the count himself. I heard some judge at ringside gave the approval for this, but that won't take away the 30 sins put in as a result of stupid and confusing bullshit.
He's ready to be picked, be a new champion tonight.
Damn, looks like everybody's trying to jinx Roddy Piper's momentum tonight. First Terry Funk, and now Bobby Heenan.
Tijuana, Mexico can't be bought. Not from Tijuana.
Gorilla Monsoon and Jesse Ventura's constant argument about whether or not Tito Santana is from Tijuana, Mexico. We got a match in progress, y'all.
Hulk Hogan puts his belt on the line.
Holy crap, I get that the WWF Championship is coming up after this match, but can the commentators actually talk about this match?
Break the hole.
This sequence of Tito Santana and Paul Orndorff going for a punch, but simultaneously stop to stare at each other repeats several times over the course of this 8-minute match.
Santana reeking with pain.
Wouldn't that be writhing in pain, not reeking in pain? Because the word reek refers to smelling, not feeling.
Into that steel post.
Jesus, this referee counted these guys out faster than he would have counted a pinfall. Alright, who paid this guy a lot of money to get him to intentionally count out Tito Santana and Paul Orndorff as fast as possible? Probably Jesse Ventura.
No one will meet the Junkyard Dog.
Junkyard Dog is without a doubt the luckiest wrestler in the entire Wrestling Classic. Won his previous match by doing his own pinfall without a legal referee and now gets a bye into the final match due to the double countout in the previous match. So remember when you guys said this match between Hulk Hogan and Roddy Piper was going to be the main event of the evening? Did the rest of the tournament get cancelled supposedly?
And what a happy...
Still gives me chills anytime I see an actual pipes and drums band perform Roddy Piper to the ring. Awesome entrance. Tug of war with the WWF World Heavyweight Championship belt. Didn't know that's what the stipulation was.
Roddy out after, but no, Hulk's gonna...
If Hulk Hogan intends to bring Roddy Piper outside the ring, he's kinda doing it wrong, since Roddy's legs are literally placed through the bottom and middle rope, and that's even if Roddy wasn't hanging on to the top rope. Whoever the hell that kid was who gave Roddy a spanking on his ass. Wow. Anybody else notice that?
Oh, referee stepped right.
Hulk Hogan reacted too late from Roddy Piper's... Was that a punch or a poke to the eye? Whatever it was, I'm not sure he even struck Hulk at all.
Knocked out with a sleeper hold. Absolutely.
Hulk Hogan grabs for the ropes to break the sleeper hold, and even though he releases the ropes a few seconds later, the referee did not tell Roddy to break the hold, and I quickly made sure that rope breaks were a thing in the 1980s. They were. After realizing the referee wasn't breaking the hold when he got to the ropes, Hulk Hogan grabs him likely as a warning. But even so, grabbing a referee leads to disqualifications, and this referee did not do what he's supposed to.
See a new crowning of a new champion right here.
Referee drops wrestler's arm 3 times, but the wrestler suddenly wakes back up before it falls a 3rd time cliche.
Trying to get back in.
Jeez, it seems like there's a lot of wrestlers getting their trunks pulled down tonight. Starting to get more uncomfortable writing sins at this show.
As Roddy sends a champ in.
The referee gets knocked down at the crucial point in the match cliche. 550 episodes of the Sins franchise, and I can literally hear my own fans reciting these catchphrases as I write them.
God, Ace comes in without count.
Bob Orton has very poor timing, jumping in to save Roddy Piper at the precise moment the referee wakes back up. What an idiot.
He thinks you're going to make it all the way to the final.
You have no idea how much my face hurts from face palming after hearing that. How can someone think that Junkyard could possibly make it to the finals when it was already confirmed that he made it to the finals? This show is freaking stupid. Lock up. Aggression. Break the hold. Stare. Lock up. Aggression. Break the hold. Stare. That's nearly 2 fifths of this 5-minute semifinal match between Randy Savage and Dynamite Kid. Fuck!
Never seen this. Both men on the top.
Gorilla Monsoon claims to have never seen a superplex before, but mentioned the many times Bob Orton had done it throughout his career when Bob wrestled earlier tonight. As much as Randy spent a majority of his matches regrouping on the outside of the ring, I do agree that the way he countered and pinned Dynamite Kid after the superplex was absolutely amazing. So here is a sin off.
Rolls-Royce, there have been...
Let's just throw in 15 sins for the entire existence of the Rolls-Royce car winning contest because it takes up about 15 minutes of screen time on this pay-per-view that I hope ends very soon. Crazy to think that Miss Elizabeth had time to switch outfits in between Randy's previous match and this main event. Then again, that card contest took frickin' forever.
The final.
Another case of Randy Savage using Miss Elizabeth as a human shield, and holy crap, can we please just get this over with? This tournament has been a complete waste of my time.
He should, you know, the JY.
Just so you know, Junkyard Dog has been fresh ever since gaining a bye in the semifinals. Constantly hanging out outside the ring isn't exactly going to wear him out.
Now, here comes our other colleague, Gene Okerlund.
Mean Gene Okerlund has arrived to the commentary booth just as his match is close to ending. Kinda too late to join the commentary team, man.
Monsoon and Jesse Ventura, both of you, of course.
What the hell am I even watching anymore? I guess not every bit of old school wrestling is fun to watch.
Look out, Macho Man hard to the corner.
Fucking what?!
He's not gonna make it. He's out.
It's all over.
There you guys go. This was one of the most awkward special episodes of my Sins franchise. An entire wrestling classic tournament where Junkyard Dog is the winner as a result of a countout, a bye, and his own personal pinfall. Now I see why hardly anyone ever mentions this pay-per-view. Thank God this is over. Good night, everyone.